What's going on, everybody? I apologize for the the lighting here. I'm driving home from work, and I was gonna do this at home, and I was gonna do what I did when T2 came out in theaters back in 2012. But I was gonna wear my jacket and my hat and make a cool video, but I just don't have time. So I also apologize for not doing this video until now. I just, again, been very busy at work, doing other things. But needless to say, I have known about this for quite a while, and I've been excited since the rumors were spread a few years ago, and it's finally happening. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Terminator 2 Judgment Day not only being re-released in theaters, not only being re-released remastered from the original edits, but being released in Imax in 3D, which was supervised by James Cameron himself. This is pretty cool. Last time I saw T2, it was a smaller showing in Boston. It was for the Google event. You guys, the video will be linked below if you haven't seen it yet, where I will say it was rather unique. It was an original film print from 1991. It was very old, very tired, but it's the closest I would ever get to the actual film experience from then, from 91. Also, I got to touch the film reel, which is pretty cool. One of the reels. If you watch the video, it's pretty cool. Get some good audience reactions, but this is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be in the AMC Lowe's Theater in Boston, right off Boston Common. It's a very large theater. It's my favorite movie theater in the area, mainly because of how old school it is, for the simple fact that it's literally like a 6-story tall building, big escalators with movie posters. If you've ever been there, it's awesome. I don't know how other Lowe's are in major cities, but this is going to be really cool. They've gone back to the original film masters to put this in theaters, and I think it's going to be beneficial because the film was originally shot in Super 35, and they can play around with the aspect in the film and whatnot, but also Cameron has said that he has fixed a couple of nitpicks. Nothing major, nothing George Lucas-like, nothing Steven Spielberg, E.T.-like, thank God. But yeah, this is going to be cool. It's weird that I remember reading an article 5-6 years ago saying, people would interview Jim Cameron, and this is back when 3D became really popular. Everybody's like, hey, would you ever consider re-releasing T2? And I'll never forget reading, he said, maybe. And if there's anybody that can do 3D right, it's Jim Cameron. Now, obviously, T2, the medium of what that film is, doesn't really lend itself well to 3D, but I've read a couple of reviews that were spoiler-free, and they simply said that the movie has been done with respect to itself, meaning it's not over the top. I think some of the T-1000 stuff's going to look pretty cool. I think some of the set pieces, just having that sense of depth to the film, I think is going to be really cool. But honestly, even if the 3D looked like shit, I wouldn't care, because it's the fact that I'm seeing the movie that's on my bucket list on a big screen, which kind of was already checked off, but this is a little bit different. This theater's like 3, 4, 5 times the size. It's a new remastered print, and it's in 3D. I mean, come on, how awesome is that? It's weird that, like I said before, I knew about this 5 years ago when they thought about it. A couple of years ago when Cameron said he was interested in it, especially after the 2012 release of Titanic. He went back and remastered Titanic in 3D, and let me tell you, that movie looked amazing in 3D, especially with all the physical sets. And that's why I think this movie will lend itself very well to being re-released in 3D. Fucking go. God. All of the sets, all of the stunt work, all of the chase scenes, there's very little to no CG involved. We're talking about a movie that came out where it had the first digital wire removal. It was the first of its kind. So, I think that being that there's a lot less CG involved, those three-dimensional aspects will work quite well. I'm very hyped to see this film on an IMAX screen, also to hear it on an IMAX screen or an IMAX sound system. Should be very cool. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you're cool. Anyway, yeah, so I want to update you guys. I am aware of it. I've known about it for a while. I was going to do this video a while back. I just haven't had time. I apologize. A lot of cool things coming my way when it comes to possible drone work and all that jazz, but Just seeing this film is going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm really excited. I'm going up there with a buddy. You know, we'll watch it, and then we're probably going to get dinner afterwards, and maybe film a little reaction video on the way home, kind of like we're doing right now. But yeah, T2 in 3D on an Imax screen, going to be amazing. All right, guys, have a good night, and thanks for watching. Any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below.